Yeah, we're ready. Second time's a charm. All right.
Do you remember the song, Sam?
Yeah. Vaguely, yes.
Oh, well, yeah,
Good tune, as I recall.
You found it. Holy guacamole! All three of us are here.
I tell you, every time I hear this music somewhere out in the wild, I get happy.
You get happy?
I get happy. I'm like, oh, my favorite people that I don't see anymore. Just kidding. I see you guys all the time.
You're a busy man with many busy plans.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everybody. Okay.
Welcome to another episode of Eat, Talk, Repeat. It's been a duo for a while, but we're back to a trio for the new year. John, you've got an interesting
I've got
name
I have a new nickname for myself.
Okay.
The invidious inveyor of Epicurean invective. How about that?
I need you to explain it. Translate,
Well,
please.
invidious sort of means invidious. It sort of means weird. What's the proper term for invidious? Sort of strongly critical or something like that. Inveighing means just talking about something. Invective is just slander or strong words. I'll give you the official invidious, but it means sort of sinister in a way.
I think it's perfect.
It tracks.
I'm also known as the grumpy gastronome or the cranky connoisseur. Whatever. I'm just a grumpy old man.
You got to bring your gnome in that we got you.
My gnome?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, shit.
Gnome shit.
No, I bring it today, and I left it on the counter. Yes,
It was one of our most clever gifts to you. It was
a guy going like this to foodies, okay? Because everybody, I'm a foodie. No, you're not. Okay, real foodies, you're in the room with them right now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about ourselves.
And where can people find you?
Oh, gee,
It's written on the sheet.
There's my picture of Rocky. Oh.
Different show. John.
Okay,
That's a
different show. Okay, where can you find me? At John Curtis on Instagram and at Eating Las Vegas on Twitter and at eatinglv.com on my website.
All right.
How about that?
I'm Ash Watkins, the Hamburguesa Principesa of Las Vegas. And you can find me at Ash the Attorney on all platforms. And
I'm the emeritus member, emeritus at large, also known as the Crudo King of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Sam Rajovsky at What's Bright Sam on all the platforms.
And together we're at Eat, Talk, Repeat on all platforms.
Eat, Talk, Repeat.
Yeah, so like, follow, subscribe to the show, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Some people, if you're on the road, listen to the pod.
Yeah.
If you're in your home, catch the YouTube. It's fun. And then email us, cheers@eattalkrepeat.com. Hate mail, questions, any type of recommendations you want. Also, we've got the website, eattalkrepeat.com. You can send us your own pet peeves, which we're
always
enjoying.
looking forward to those.
Yes.
And if you're not, but you better be prepared for invidiousness.
Invidiousness. That's our 2026.
That's the word of the day is invidiousness, which is kind of means we're going to offend somebody somewhere.
Always.
Okay. I mean that's kind of the look at it that way. This is not for the faint of stomach or heart.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
So we're staying toxic.
Stay toxic, people. Yes.
Yeah, you could say that. That's another definition of invidiousness. Like social toxicity.
Culinary toxicity.
There you go,
yes.
culinary. Okay, so we have things to talk about.
Yeah, you're the only one who's really, I think, ventured. Well, Sam, you might have, but Kabuto and Gymkhana versus Tamba showdown.
That's what everybody wants. I bet over the holiday season I got asked at least 24 times, do you like Tamba or is Gymkhana better? Which I thought was great. The fact that people are actually are having a conversation about which is the better Indian restaurant in town. I mean, unheard of. That would have been unheard of 5 years ago. So that's kind of cool.
Only place I've really been because of the holidays and travel, I went to Featherblade. So that's my little spot.
Don't get me caught. Did you get caught up with buying different things that look so good? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Featherblade is the best.
Sam, have you been anywhere interesting?
No.
New?
Before you talk, let me guess where Sam's been.
Bavettes?
Bavettes, okay. Bavettes.
Anima?
Anima by Ito.
Cipriani?
Cipriani. What else?
Well, I don't need to be here. I good. You guys have it all figured out. You can do
didn't
my.
you didn't go to Kabuto recently, but I did.
I didn't, but I'm excied to talk to you about
Okay,
it.
we're
By the way,
gonna
I've
bat that
not been to
around.
Bavette's. I've not been to Anima, but I did. I went to Cipriani. I was in Cipriani in Beverly Hills, actually. And it was
You run into
good.
Leo DiCaprio or somebody like that.
No, but I love that there are some great alums from Cipriani in Vegas that work there.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
so nice to see some people, and it was very good. Was
Is the food the same?
the pasta might have been a little bit better.
Ooh.
No. Do they do
Shots
pizzas
fired.
there?
No pizzas. There is no pizza oven, and that is one of the things that sets up Cipriani in Vegas apart from many of the Ciprianis that we have a pizza oven.
They didn't have one in London a year ago. Right now, I was in London and eating at Cipriani on this day a year ago. Right now, and loved it. But a lot of the food I thought was very similar. I thought the fish was better. The oysters were better in London than they are in Vegas. No big surprise there. But I was impressed at how consistent. It's a chain, but it's still family owned chain, and they really bring it. They know how to. They have refined their cuisine to a fine point. But we'll have to talk to our waiters today and the general managers here about this. That Sam
Cheating.
is cheating on them. Yes, yeah.
Food news you can use. John,
Let's go through. Fusso One closes.
I don't know nothing about Fusso One closing.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't because you guys are kind of newbies in town. But let's just say back in the day, 20 years ago, before everybody was talking about Chinatown and before the Rakus and the China Mamas and ramen parlors everywhere and elevated Japanese food up and down the block, Fusso One was the first, I think, really good Vietnamese restaurant, family-owned. Kai Vu, who later became one of the chefs of the year when he had restaurants all over town. It's his family, and
Up. Trying to multitask.
drunk again.
I wish.
But anyway, and it was our fave, the food gal's fave for a long time. Now she likes pho, Saigonese.
Yeah.
And when Fusso One first came on the scene, maybe there was 3 or 4 Vietnamese restaurants. Now there's got to be 25 on Spring Mountain Road. So I think the family, which also owns Viet Noodle Bar just down the street, is going to keep running Viet Noodle Bar. But I always thought Fusso One was the best. I mean, the broths, the appetizers, the goi kun, everything they did there, the bun bo way, they sort of gave Las Vegas its early education in Vietnamese food. So that's kind of sad for lovers of that cuisine. And then we'll get to some openings now, rather than just closings.
So the Bend gets a steakhouse. Have you heard about this new steakhouse?
Yeah, Butcher and Thief.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Corey Harwell, but when someone says
This is John's sad. Like you go to this tone where it's like
It's invidious.
yeah. It's like
it's likely to offend.
yes.
Yes.
When John goes like a soft,
Sinister John.
yeah, he's got this tone. Yeah.
I love restaurateurs. I wouldn't be doing this for these decades if I didn't love chefs, restaurants, restaurateurs. Well, when someone says we want to have a affordable steakhouse, I just go. It's like telling me they were serving affordable sushi. It's like I just blank out. Okay,
But you
Because
complain about the steaks being $120.
yeah, true.
So what do you think that will mean?
Well, I just don't think it's going to be that creative. It's probably going to be. I mean, Corey Harwell runs great restaurants, Carson Kitchen, and he has restaurants all over the United States now. So it's going to be good. But I mean, is it going to be that interesting? I don't know. Because what's the other one out there though? Home on the Range. What's that one?
Home on the Range.
I don't know. It's another one. The one
In the Southwest?
Southwest. It's right across from Wino.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I mean, I went there. These are perfectly fine, but it's the exact same cookie
Well, that
cutter
one's a chain.
stuff. Yeah, but they all do the same things. How excited can you get? I'm asking you. I mean, can you get excited about a new
What
steakhouse?
is that steakhouse? It's so
But
memorable that we
But
can't
what if
remember.
they instead of having $80 steaks have $50 steaks?
Well, so okay,
And they're
for
still
what it's
good
worth,
meat.
For what it's worth, that's what they're trying to sell is neighborhood affordability. They do a 14-ounce Creekstone ribeye for $56. Okay, for what it's worth, at Main Street Provisions, you get an 18-ounce ribeye for $68.
Ah.
So you get 4 more ounces for 12 more bucks.
Look at you putting in the work.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, just
Yeah. So there you go.
well, I mean, okay, they're all buying good beef. I'm sure it's good. I just can't get excited about. I can't get excited about another steakhouse any more than I can get excited about another
Rare Society,
another Italian restaurant. I mean, if someone says we're opening up a new modern Italian restaurant, are you going to get jazzed for that? Is that going to give you a Woody? I doubt it.
Speaking of which, the modern Italian restaurant from one of those, like the Honor Donuts, they closed. So I think we're going to start. I predict in 2026 we're going to see a lot of closures.
Ooh.
But okay, I will look, Butcher and Thief, I'll give them credit. I think they're going into an area that could use some neighborhood steakhouse love. So
What's the name of the other one? I've already forgotten.
Rare Society. I liked Rare Society.
I did too. It was fun.
It's just far away.
And there's a ton of homes out there now, and I think people want to go out. And what's the steakhouse out there currently? The only steakhouse I think is at Durango,
Nico's.
right? Is Nico's,
Yeah.
which is very expensive.
Very expensive. Nico's is trying to be Harlow with his cost, and I don't think the neighborhood justifies.
Not going to happen.
Yeah. But I think that's what they're shooting for. Okay, so
Copper Sun at Resorts World opened.
well,
sneakily.
let's a lot of wine. I mean, let's give Butcher and Thief credit here too. They're trying to do a very affordable wine list. One of my major pet peeves, always pet peeves. But a lot of wines for under $50, a lot of glasses for under 20. So props to them because it can be done. Las Vegas Strip. I mean, there's tons of great wine out there from all over the world. You know, your wine pricing doesn't have to start at $125 a bottle.
You know what they have for you, John?
What?
Carafes.
Yeah, I love that. Like Europe. Remember that? You know, the little demi-carafes and carafes? The greatest restaurants in France will offer you little liters of half liters of wine sometimes, and little demi-liters, and what are they, 50 centiliters and all that. I love that. Okay, good. All right, let's keep going. We got lots to cover.
Copper Sun at Resorts World opened sneakily, which is interesting. Most places, when they open, they like to do it with flash, and they want every influencer there. But this little Happy Lamb hot pot that's been being built and developed right across from the Gatsby bar in Resorts World on that like restaurant row, it opened.
Dang. All right.
And it even I saw Las Vegas Phil. He didn't even realize it opened.
Hey,
So
Phil, how
they're
about
trying to
that?
do something sneaky. Will you go?
Well, you know,
don't-
inner Mongolian food has always been my jam.
I thought so.
Inner Mongolia.
Don't get outer.
That's what the press release says. It's rooted in Inner Mongolia. I'm telling you, you know. So I don't know.
Food that makes you yak.
Ooh, that's good.
That's
good.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's punny.
That's funny. Yeah, you're gonna have to try to beat that one. Get that.
Okay. All right, moving on. Meraki Greek Grill is opening in the Arts District.
I love Meraki, but for everyday Greek food, yes, very good.
I think, yeah. So they're opening soon. And this is where the rest of the show is kind of headed. Do you want to do your Gymkhana Tamba review now?
And then get to the
let's get to the new.
Well,
okay,
first I want to do three shout outs real quick.
please.
Because it was very, very charming and appreciated that every time we were downtown in the Main Street food scene a lot in December, and it seemed like every time we were there, whether we were walking in front of Esther's Kitchen, down by Good Pie, we were at the Yurt Bar, we were over there by Pallet. We just kept running into people. Go, hey, people I didn't know. John Curtis. Hey, I listened to the podcast.
Yep.
So good news for us. I mean, and Alexander was like constantly, and I mean, it seemed to be. It happened 4 times in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, when we were at Ada's that night, someone stopped me.
And
yes?
there's a 5th one. Okay, so shout out to James Dimopoulos, who is Dimitri Dimopoulos, but not related to Dim Pop. Okay. He's of Greek American extraction. Go Greece, and he listens all the time to the pod. And great talking to him. So he was just sitting on a bench in front of they have an outdoor bench right there, Good Pie, having a beer, and we're walking by, and he just shouts my name out. We had a great talk with him, a little convo. Scott Mayer, one of my Facebook friends who I'd never met personally, maybe I had a long time ago. Him and his partner John ran into them, and they were fans of the pod. And the most extraordinary thing, we're going to a party down in the Arts District, and we decided on night 2 of the Yurt Bar of Alpine Mike's being open, the food gal and I said, let's just bop in and just take some pictures of it open. We had been there with our Eat, Talk, Repeat episode. Now it was open in full swing, very crowded, but saw the manager, chatted with him. We're walking out. There's this nice couple sitting in a two-top. They both stand up and and they look at me, and I go, are you John Curtis? Yes. We're big fans of the podcast. And Bart and Sherry Martin from Asheville, North Carolina.
I love
Wow,
it.
How about that?
look at that.
Don't you have some friends there?
No, I got lots of friends in South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina.
South Carolina
Not
and
the
Georgia.
North.
My family's in Georgia. Yeah, but I mean, they listen all the time. So Bart and Sherry, thank you very much. And we had a great talk, and they went down to Ada's that night, texted me back, said they had a beautiful meal at Ada's on only night 4 of Ada's being open. And he complimented us for when they come to town. And like a lot of these people, they come to town a lot. I think Scott Mayer and John, they're from Minneapolis. They come to town a lot, and they listen to us to get ideas where to eat out, which is the whole point of this podcast. Yes. So
I love it. Oh, and
happy New Year to all of you.
I've got to give a shout out to Chef Jeff Weiss, who's follows me on Instagram.
Great guy.
He sent over to the office 3 bottles of Coquito.
What is
For
Coquito?
us, it is a holiday rum drink, and they're downstairs. He sent 3 bottles, 1 for each of us, through his business partner, Jill. Yeah. So
Too bad that weren't there for our holiday cheer
I know.
episode.
I think that's what inspired him.
We
But
completely
thank
dropped
you-
the ball on that one.
Thank you, Jeff. There's still all 3 bottles exist. I did not drink them all, but we're going to enjoy those later.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, we love Jeff. And boy, you want to follow somebody interesting on social media, Instagram and Facebook. He's one of these chefs that has a great take on food and restaurant openings. I mean, very incisive, an industry vet, and not, he's not, I love it, hate it. He'll tell you what's good and what's bad about things. Interesting guy.
Yep,
Yeah.
Chef Jeff Weiss on Instagram. If you wanna follow.
Weiss, yes.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's get into your Gymkhana take. You've
What,
practically
twice? Yeah, I'm going again next week. So
Jeez.
you can kiss
the ring?
Kiss the
Kiss the
ring. Yeah, man.
Here, let me get Rocky out for. There we
Go
go.
ahead. There you go. Look,
okay.
Not even cocky. Get away.
You tried to feed Rocky a mushroom the other day, and Rocky was disappointed.
Yeah, it fell on the floor during our New Year's Eve party at Sam's house. I said, Rock, that's the whole point of having dogs, is to have them eat the stuff on the floor.
Well, this dog has standards.
Yeah. So
okay.
anyway, so I've been to Gymkhana twice. Second time with my buddy Tom Sietsema, the just retired restaurant critic for the Washington Post, and his partner, and we just had a whale of a good time. And then we'd gone before with our friends Jennifer and Bob, just like 3 days or 4 days before. So I've now made it through about 2/3 of the menu.
Okay.
And Gymkhana is great. It is absolutely great. But the question is, Tamba or Gymkhana? Because I love Tamba too. And I mean, unfortunately, I walked down here today. I have both menus, but the Gymkhana menu is like this big. I mean, it's really big. So I didn't feel like walking down 3 miles, with this menu in my hand. But I will say, I think Gymkhana's a beautiful room. They took the old Julian Serrano at Aria and did a fantastic job. It's evocative of a London dining club of like 100 years ago. These, very English with a lot of Indian references on the wall, but dark green, dark woods. Kind of the lighting is a little too muted for me. You notice the
dark?
people are, people are doing this a lot, on their menus there because they have this. But the table settings are gorgeous. I mean, this is Indian food like Americans have not seen before. I think that's why it's making such a splash. I mean, there have been nicer Indian restaurants in New York, especially for many years, but this is just kind of formal place settings. I mean, beautiful wine glasses, stemware, napery, everything is just top flight. But the amazing thing about Gymkhana is I looked at the prices, and now I've talked to managers and waiters there. I went, I've been to Tamba like 3 times. You got the same prices as Tamba. And it does. It's crazy reasonable right now. And the word they gave me is that this was a big, titanic debate inside the Aria with their F&B people, because they want to pitch it as much better, kind of formal, inventive, modern, refined Indian cuisine, and that's what it is. But they were originally going to price it like way up there, like $50
That we all expected
entree,
it to be,
60,
yeah.
70, and everything. All the vegetables are $15 each. The biryani is, I think, $35 to $42, which is exactly the same parameters that Tamba has. Some of the lamb chops are more expensive by like $10, but they're great lamb chops. The tikka, all the skewers, again, within the range. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you go to Tamba and go there, exclusive of booze, but you will be amazed at just how reasonable the prices are.
Do you think it's going to stay that way?
Well,
'Cause
that's the
I
question.
don't
That's
think
the-
it
yeah.
will. I think right now this
I
is
think it's kind of entry level.
I
yeah.
think it's a bait and switch to get all the people in there right now.
You're just a cynic. She's a cynic. What?
I don't trust these casinos.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm just telling you right now, it's great, and you're going to spend about the same money as you will at Tamba. Tamba's wine list is a little cheaper. The wine list at Gymkhana has been cribbed from all the recent closings of Picasso and Rivea and up on top there. So they've brought in all of these wines.
Oh.
It's an exceptional wine list, very deep in a lot of the German and Alsatian white wines that go great with Indian food, the slightly sweet or off-dry wines. So very deep in that. And those prices didn't offend me either. So and one of the waiters who's also listened to the pod, he goes, "What do you think of the wine list, Mr. Curtis?" I said, "Well, it doesn't piss me off, so that's good." And so the difference in the food is, I think, Gymkhana's food's a little more aggressively spiced. They told me they also had to dial it back from London, and they did dial it back, but not a lot. And I think it's a little less gringo-oriented than Tamba's is.
Okay.
And Tamba has the fusion element to it too, right?
And they don't have any of that shit going on. It is as pure Gymkhana from London by way of New Delhi and Mumbai. And so they aren't making any of those compromises. They did dial back the spices, but I thought everything was just spiced perfectly. I mean, it gives you a lot of that warm glow that comes into not that electric shock that like Thai food gives you. You know what I mean? It's fantastic food. I mean, we don't talk about this enough. Get the venison biryani, incredible. Not one of the it's $50, but it'll feed like 4 people. The lamb chops are good. I prefer the lamb chops at Tamba though.
Those are incredible.
Yeah, I think Tamba wins the lamb chop war. More different variety of appetizers at Gymkhana, and I think they have a bigger variety of the skewers as well. So and they do this thing with sag paneer, that hard cube cheese they do. When they grill it, I mean, Gymkhana's is out of this world. Okay, and the desserts. I don't like the desserts at any of them. Indian desserts are like like Chinese desserts. You don't go there for desserts.
Yeah.
It's like they serve stuff to you, and I nibble at it, but it's not the reason for the meal. Okay. So Gymkhana can't recommend it highly enough. In an ideal world, I think I put this on social media. Go to Tamba, have a meal, wait a week or so, and then go to Gymkhana if you can get in. And right now you can't get into Gymkhana.
What is it, like March?
And now it's late February is the first. It's hard. It's hard. Shall I brag?
I was going to say, unless
you're me.
We all thought it. So, all right. I'm excited to go. I want to check it out. And
I will endeavor to get some. I mean, I think they're holding back some tables. One other thing. You might, when you're there, you might say, hey, well, there's empty tables. But I also think they know they're going to be popular, so they're not trying to turn the tables over 2 or 3 times a night. So you can just tell they're getting people in, and then when they're done, they're done.
Yeah.
And until everybody gets up and running. So we'll see what Gymkhana is like a year from now. But right now, it's if you want to see Indian food the way it's supposed to taste, it's the place to be. It really.
Ooh,
so-
there you go.
So now let's talk about Kabuto.
No.
I'm going to take that tone. I wanted to love it. I wanted to, and it was good. I'll tell you what a Hollywood producer did when I once auditioned for something for a food show. You know, it isn't the way they put you down in Hollywood. We like it, but we don't love it, which is their way of saying we don't like it. No. I mean, we went there for my buddy Greg's birthday. Shout out to Greg and Christine. And I just thought it was very good, but it wasn't the Kabuto I remember from the past. It felt very formulaic to me. And I looked at the place and I said, "This is just a feeling." But you looked around; it was full. This was right after Christmas, and it was like it felt like everybody there is there because they read about it on a listicle or Yelp or somebody said, "Oh, you got to go to Kabuto," and they know it, and they just have they're just assembly line sushi. And the things I was looking for to really blow me away, because a lot of the sushi is the same on these high-end places. I wanted to see all the more inventive small dishes, those little kaiseki dishes and things that what they do with their soups. I did like the I always never say it, shawanmushi, that little egg custard, that was fantastic. But a lot of it just seemed uninspired, seemed a little bit by the numbers and uninspired. Food was very fresh. Service was fantastic. I mean, we had the best waiter, and they were great. But I just missed what I remember from Kabuto, where I felt like it was just this passionately run restaurant by Japanese sushi chefs who were going to, give us the best they could. And here I think it's gotten so popular, it just doesn't feel as fresh as it once did. So that's not a bad review. It's just,
it's just not what you remember.
It's not what I remember. That's all.
Well, this actually reminds me. Years ago, I went to Jiro's, in Tokyo.
Oh,
and I had the same thought
for
that it was
like 20-minute meal for $800 or something like that.
Right. It just was one piece after another, and just slaps it in front of me. It was Jiro himself.
Yeah.
And he's just a victim of his immense success. Now, what did you think? Did you think really the sushi pieces weren't that good, or was it the small dishes that disappointed?
I put some pictures up. I don't purport to be an expert on sushi.
You had a great quote the other day. I hope you remember it. But okay, go.
Well, you'll have to tell it to me. But I just thought a couple of things looked like they were cut with a butter knife.
That's the one.
Okay. And
really?
And I just went. I looked at it and I went, man, this is the opposite of that fine knife work you see in really high-end sushi bars. And the other thing is, well, thank you, Greg and Christine. They picked up the tab. It was his birthday, and he treated us. It was great. But it's twice as expensive as it was like 7 years ago. It is. I just didn't find I didn't find the sushi all that great. And the rice. We know it's all about the rice.
Was it mushy?
Not mushy, but there wasn't much of it, and it was just. I just didn't find it had.
Did it have flavor?
Yeah, it was supposed to have that little tiny that rice vinegar tang kind of thing, and I was just searching for things that weren't there a couple of times. And these are super fine points on what we're talking about here. I mean, I would say 90% of the people go, you'll have a very good experience there, and as I said, the people are great. And it's a beautiful setting. We sat at the foretop because, and I don't like taking people to sushi bars, and it's so awkward to try to talk like this. So they do have 2 or 3 seated places, which is the nice move.
Your other comment was that before you felt like every sushi chef there was like trained and it was their passion. They were trying to like devote their life to
they
sushi.
were older Japanese guys.
And this time you said
younger.
It was kind of like just
a couple guys. One guy wasn't Japanese at all. I don't begrudge him that. But I just kind of felt like maybe they're a victim of their own success, but it's good. I mean, it's good. I liked it.
I just didn't love it.
I just didn't love it. Okay.
I haven't been in like 5 years. No. 4 years, something like that. Crazy.
Yeah. So I hate to say that, especially since my buddy Greg picked up the tab, But he's a big boy. He knows I try to, But that's what that's what you pay me for, folks. Oh, no, he's paying me for this. but yeah, I mean that's the way that's the lens through which I look at it, and that's all I can tell you. Yeah.
Where would you go instead?
Well, we talked about it when we left. I think the sushi, and they're trying to open. They have they do some sushi as part of their kaiseki, but kaiseki yuzu, I think it's just some of the finest fish in town. Again, they get it all from this. It's how they treat it, and I think kaiseki yuzu is a different level. And Yui, I haven't been back to, and we're going to go back. We're going to do our comparative shopping and go back there soon because that would be its best competition. I mean, the places like Sanga and Kame are good, but those are $500 a person. Giant omakase meals. But I'm just looking at what they do with the fish. So Yui and kaiseki yuzu, which is a kaiseki meal too. But I just find myself more impressed with, especially the side dishes and things that came. At kaiseki yuzu, they kind of blow you away. I mean, he'll tell you, we brought this in, these are vegetables from there. And you could just tell there is a lot of thought and a lot of passion put into every tiny little bite. And I just wasn't feeling it at Kabuto.
Okay, so stay tuned. John's going to do his comparative shopping.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll do all our New Year's resolutions, all
Can't
of
wait
that.
to hear Sam's.
That's going to be fun.
The list might be long.
We'll see.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
I'm the best.
Personal injury law has been the same for a long time.
The best.
Big egos, greed, and sleazy schemes. We've had enough. Welcome to Sam and Ash, the new standard for personal injury law, where things are done the right way, because you deserve a team that delivers real support and results. When you have both, your whole world can change. Sam and Ash Injury Law, because you deserve what's right.
Okay. All right. Put me in, coach.
I swear.
We should record the breaks.
I know. I really feel bad because we're always starting the show or coming back from a break after something ridiculous is said. And so the viewers, listeners are always like, wait, I feel like we're missing the best part. You are.
We are. We're
Confirmed.
we're talking about our friends' sex lives. Is that half the conversation?
And it ain't pretty. It ain't pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next part of the show is about 2026. What we don't want to see any more of, that we're tired of, what we hope to see, what we predict, etc. It all kind of, I think, was sparked by the RJ. They did an article. You shared it at one point, I think, on Twitter, John. Right. I actually thought you ghost wrote it. It was so spot on.
Yeah.
So the RJ
Jonathan Wright, I think, wrote it.
Did an article of 5 Vegas food trends that need to die in 2026. Very well written, very funny, and that's, I think, where I also had like an angrier tone to it than normal.
I mean, I've never met Jonathan Wright, but he's starting to impress me because I think he's coming into his own a little bit. I wish he had a bigger following. Yeah, because he's a bright guy and he obviously hates the same things I do.
You should have him on the show.
We should.
We should.
We and Tom Sietzema too, from Washington D.C. wants to come on the show, and we need to do one. Yeah, I could do a whole list. Sammy, I hope you have nothing else to do for the next month.
Okay, so the RJ's article started with Dubai chocolate.
Oh, yeah, good.
I've never had it.
Oh,
so
can you explain what this is?
It started in Dubai. It's like pistachio cream with like phyllo.
Kefti, shredded phyllo dough.
Arabian chocolate.
Yeah. I don't know.
With pistachio cream and crunchy, and some. This is why we hate influencers. Some fashion influencer, some bimbo with 2 million followers went, oh, I just can't get enough of this chocolate. And then suddenly, every housewife from Omaha to Johannesburg, South Africa said, well, I have to have that. The same people that watch the Good Housewives shows, Well, this person told me it was good, therefore I must have it.
Real Housewives.
What did I call?
Good
Housewives. Okay. Oh God. Yeah, but there's that herd mentality that Instagram, feeds on, and it went nuts.
It did.
And now Dubai chocolate, and chefs are saying, "See, look at it. It's just a fucking little candy bar. I'd rather have a Kit Kat." Okay. It's a Kit Kat. Okay. Better.
I
chocolate.
disagree with number 2.
Yeah, no.
Same.
Espresso martinis
no.
need to die of. They
But
need
you're retired.
to be Anthony Spilatro, beaten to death in an Indiana
Okay,
cornfield.
why do you hate an espresso martini?
What did it do to you?
It's just it's the cosmopolitan of the 21st century. It's the drink every girly girl, clippy cloppy little thing girl. They're the ones that carry around the big dumb cups,
Oh, the
and with the
tumbler.
big dumb hats. They have the big dumb espresso martini. It's such. It's like getting a tattoo. I mean, it's just you're pretending you're doing something cool and unique, and all you're doing is being a sheeple.
Can I
okay?
tell you? Can I tell you why I disagree with you? Number one reason is most people still do them wrong. So it's not like this mass-produced like stupid thing that's just. But there's a craft to it, evidenced by the fact that certainly at least half the times that I've had this drink, it's not made well, and I consider it to be it requires some craftsmanship to put it together. It's a damn good drink.
The reason I'm not giving it up is it's
Because you're a white girl.
I'm a white girl. Millennial.
Pumpkin
white girl.
spice espresso martini.
Say
She's
less.
the problem.
No, for me, it's a function. It's a purpose of function. I have a long work day. I'm going out to a dinner. It's going to be a long dinner. I need a little pick-me-up, like
That's
at the
what
beginning.
cocaine is for.
Okay, well,
Well,
it's
I choose life in 2026.
right. Yeah, no fentanyl in this.
So
It's
I
an
just like
upper
it.
and a downer.
Yeah, it's like Red Bull vodka. It's but with class.
but with class and actually good ingredients.
okay.
Like,
All right. Well, I'll tell you this one thing. Another shout out to my friend Christine. She and her husband Greg did take us where they make them really well. The lobby bar at the Wynn, going up to the tower lobby bar there. They make them with fresh espresso, not out of a
Yes.
mix. And she took me there, and she said, and you can see them pulling the espresso, and it is great. I mean, if you like them, that's the place
The
to
Tower
go.
Sweet Bar? Which
Yeah, Tower Sweet Bar, right,
Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
right near where Tableau is, right there. You know that back there. That was the best one, and she is an aficionado of them. So I'm gonna give her Christine some props for finding that.
another thing that needs to die, pricey food trucks. I kind of agree. But I
Yeah,
also
who wants
don't
to
like
eat expensive food standing
getting
up?
up,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm with Jonathan on that one.
the water gambit.
I don't get that one. This is
So-
one I will defend.
This is the issue of like when you sit down, they immediately come over and they're like, "Do you want still or sparkling?" Rather than deferring to their house flat,
Oh, they're basically assume you want to pay for
water,
wine for
yeah.
water, but
which I
okay.
do because most of the
Yeah,
water
okay.
tastes like trash here.
Well,
it does in
Yeah.
town. Filtered, we have bad water, but I also think people are drinking a lot less, right? There's just trends of people consuming less alcohol. So the restaurants are trying to make up some money by selling expensive water.
yeah,
That's true. I've always said, like when you're getting a cocktail, you're looking at pricing, and bottles of wine, you look at pricing. You never know how expensive that bottle of water is.
no shit.
And so when they come over and they say that, they legitimately could charge me $35 for a bottle of sparkling water.
Yeah, what if they just came over, a bottle of wine?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
bottle of wine. I'm like,
a
oh
bottle
yeah,
of Harlan Estates.
yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Screaming Eagle. Here you go.
There you go. You said you want a bottle of wine.
yes.
We're not. Well, let me get you, the food gal's huge pet peeve when we travel to Europe is, and she loves it in Europe because whether you're in a Michelin-starred restaurant or a cafe, the bottled water, especially the sparkling water, is always like €2.50 to €3, right? I mean, so they don't upcharge you here, but in America, it can be anywhere from $2 to $12,
$9, yeah.
15, 20, yeah.
yeah, exactly. So she goes, she thinks it's a crime that Europeans recognize it's water. We're making money off it at $3 a bottle, and it's the same whether you're in an airport or a fancy dancy meal. All right, finally,
The last one was influencer disruption, which I agree with. That's like when you're out to dinner and you're at a nice restaurant and then the table next to you is like 3 or 4 influencers all
Yeah.
standing with their ring lights and
yeah,
trying to take photos. Don't do that. And I think restaurants have gotten better where they do influencer nights.
yeah, or bring them in at 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
you know what I
before.
mean? Yeah, you just want to shoot the food, and you're an influencer worth your salt, yeah, you ought to just come in another time. I don't see that a lot, but I've actually been guilty of this. But when I've gone to some restaurants with Phil and some of his crowd, and I posted pictures years ago where it's me like there, and there's like 6 cameras.
Well, and they're like standing up on tables to get the aerials. Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that. So what are some of the trends that we think need to die? Because I'm with Jonathan Wright on his.
I'm still trying to kill truffle.
Fake truffle oil?
Fake truffle everything.
Truffle,
like,
yeah.
It's, you know what? I get it.
I've been on the anti-truffle oil bandwagon for 20 years.
Right.
But nobody listens to
But
me.
no one's doing it. Get rid of it.
But you even think and truffles have become too common and gratuitous.
You mean like caviar?
Oh. No, my position on truffles is similar to that with caviar. If you want to have the option where you can add truffles to select dishes, put it there. If you want to have caviar service, get caviar service. Don't throw these things on as a cheap way to increase the price of the dish. Make it quality. Yeah. Make it actually enjoyable.
Well, it's ersatz quality. That's the problem I have with the caviar thing. But it's the same thing. It's interchangeable. They suddenly look at this pedestrian thing we have here, and now we're going to put this on it, and we're going to charge you for it, and you, dumb rube knuckle dragger that you are, think you're being fancy. But it's just like you don't realize we're the 800,000th restaurant in America that does the exact same thing, and the chefs are laughing all the way to the bank because they get this cheap-ass truffle from all these truffle farms now that have proliferated in the last 2 decades, and they can just put a teaspoon on it and go, upcharge, baby, Tacos with caviar, and there's the same people, what did I say, who drink espresso martinis and like Dubai chocolate. They just go crazy for this.
Be nice.
Trendoids.
It's funny, our buddy Justin Randall sent an Instagram reel to you and me, John, about caviar on all these different things, like a McChicken sandwich and then
fried fucking chicken,
like KFC drumstick, and then a chicken nugget, and all of this stuff. And I said, it's funny and it's a great gimmick, but the whole problem is the caviar is supposed to be your salt.
Right.
And all of these things are already highly salted. So you're really, it's just stupid.
One thing pizza and fried chicken doesn't need more salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, to be precise, and one of the reasons like people with taste buds in their head hate it, because it's fishy salt. It's fishy salted eggs. Okay.
Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah. I mean, I love caviar. I go to places, but the traditional way.
I need Nina Manchev
Snorted
to make
off
that
a
pizza.
stripper's ass. Oh.
That caviar pizza.
The Waldorf bar now has little tater tots, creme fraiche, and caviar, small little bites, and they are divine. Oh, you'd love it.
I don't like, unless it's being done off a female body, I'm not eating it.
Wow. Food gal, where are you?
He's out of control.
What do you want to see die in 2026 besides caviar and truffles?
Well, I got this off the internet too, some of these, which pet peeves of mine. They're not pet peeves, things that need to die. You and I, we talked about this New Year's Eve, Ash, chasing awards through vanity metrics. This whole, look at me doing this. Look at me doing this. Maybe I'll get a James Beard Award. Maybe I'll get a Michelin Guide. Look at how we're doing this. Look at me, look at me, look at me, and how great I am and my team is. Okay, we know you have a good team, because maybe we'll get. I've said it a million times. Worshipping awards, lusting after awards is worshiping a false god that will ultimately betray you. If all you're doing it for is the affirmation of others, then you are in a business for the wrong reasons, okay? Mm-hmm. And you go, well, yeah, but it's good for business. I can hear James Trees right now. Well, yeah, but man, I get that star, man. I got people coming. And what do you have? You have people who are only there because they saw that you had a star. Mm-hmm. What do you want? You want a long-term business with people that appreciate what you do, whether you're a plumber, a lawyer, or a restaurateur, or do you want to just have an award to go, see, look at me. Somebody else told me I was worthy. That's absurd, okay? And you're just betraying your own values by lusting after awards.
To this point, Taco Maria in Orange County. The guy had this beautiful restaurant, and he was chasing this pipe dream of all of the awards for recognition. And now I think he's like living in the woods in Minnesota because he got the recognition from Michelin. It overran his life. He had all these people just demanding, and he was like, I had no fulfillment.
Yeah.
He just came out, and he was like, so he left.
There's this fine line between, chasing. It's like the dog chasing the car.
Yeah.
I mean, what happens when you catch it? Okay, suddenly, oh my God, we're booked for the next 5 years with a whole bunch of dumbass people who are there just because they read about it in some stupid
The Menu.
Yeah,
Remember
like the
that
menu.
movie?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
But what the critics want is different from what people want. And I think a lot of these restaurants that want the Michelin star are not producing the kind of food that I want to go back and eat, on a regular basis.
Exactly. Perfectly said. I can't argue with that.
We can end the show. It's over. Done. Yeah.
Okay, the other one. Let's go a little quicker here. My other one. My thing is virtue signaling.
What do you mean?
I've been on this bandwagon. Oh, look at us. We're feeding the homeless. Look at us. We're at the against Veteran Cancer Society. Look at me. I'm putting out free hot dogs for the no.
Actually,
this idea that using your charitable impulses for free publicity to drive business is exactly the opposite of what charity is supposed to be.
It's the restaurants that partner with the animal shelters that have me really worried.
Yeah, but this virtue signaling has just got to stop, okay? And restaurants are some of the biggest offenders. Look at me being, helping my fellow man as a way to get free publicity.
Let me say something that James Trees actually opens his restaurant on Thanksgiving to the homeless and people in the community, and he never talks about it.
Perfectly done. Yes.
I didn't even know that.
Okay.
See?
So
Doesn't put it on the menu. Doesn't.
Okay, let's keep going a little bit because we had a couple more things. Crowdfunding. This hasn't happened in Vegas yet, but it happened with.
Yeah, it is.
But the people are now begging for people to crowdfund and threatening to close unless people come to their. And one of my favorite restaurants in Portland, Oregon, named Higgins, which has been there forever, did this big thing earlier last year where we're going to be out of business unless you show. I mean, threatening to close to get business. Just not a good look. I mean, groveling for customers, I don't think ever helped anybody. So people are doing it with crowdfunding too. And you think it's happening in this town? I haven't seen it here. I've seen it elsewhere.
Yeah, I remember there was some restaurant that was about to face, like they were about to go closed. Some influencer kind of picked up on it, but they talked about it. It turned into this like influencer storm. Ended up keeping the business alive maybe another 6 months.
Yeah. Okay, I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, so catering to influencers, we covered that already. I've already said it. When all you do is cater to influencers, you're going to get people that are influenced to come there. None of them are coming there for the real reason, which is to appreciate the work you're doing. They're doing it because somebody just to see and be seen.
And influencing, right, used to be word of mouth. If you've got a good product, your word of mouth will carry you.
Right? Because the people that responded to word of mouth were more invested in what you're doing rather than, oh, where should we get tacos? Oh, this guy said it's good. Let's go there. I mean, they don't give a shit. They're just there because somebody told them to be there. Okay, my trouble with the dining out public generally these days.
Okay, what do you think about people that are looking on their menu? They get to the restaurant and then they're on the internet wanting to see the photos of the dish before it comes out. So they're like, I want to know what that looks like.
I think they should be shot.
The Japanese.
Okay.
Wait. The Japanese did this years ago. They just put the pictures of the dishes on the menu.
Or in Japan, they're out front. Remember,
Yeah.
they have
with the models. They've got
and they're perfect
Yeah.
models sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just go to hell. I mean, dumbass millennial Gen Z or idiots. Just order some fucking food and eat it.
I've seen boomers do it. So
Boomers, we're the worst. We're the worst. What is this? I'm allergic to peanuts. I mean, God, you're 92. You're not going to die from a fucking peanut, okay? Sorry.
I mean, some people will. But.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. What's this next one? Someone take the next one.
Pop-ups
Oh, I don't like pop-ups. I'm sorry, chefs of America, all 8 of you that listen to this, quit inviting me to pop-ups. I'm done. To me, they just reek of chef desperation. I'm not going to any more pop-ups. If you don't have brick and mortar, I'm not interested. I mean, that's just me. Sorry, I'm apologizing for this, but I don't want to go to a fucking pop-up.
So it's
Yeah.
Awkward.
Yeah. Awkward. Yeah. Well, this awkward's going to be the name of this episode.
John makes it weird.
John's weirding out in more ways than one. Okay.
I'm conflicted. Sometimes I enjoy pop-ups. Like I like what Petit Bohem's doing, where they're having a chef do pop-ups for their like a burger. I don't forget what the name is right now, but in Limbo Burgers. But I think that's fine. Like a bar inviting in a restaurant to do something, I'm okay with it. But I went to that one pop-up experience over at the the Palms, and I'm with you. It was, I forget who she was, and she did this experience. It was a giant production, and it was a pop-up event for like 2 weeks only. And I went with Amanda from the Golden Steer, and the whole time we were staring at each other like, what the actual fuck is this?
Yeah,
But
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm just I'm an old fogey that way. Sorry. Okay. QR codes.
I still see them.
I thought they were dead.
Nah.
I still see them.
This just reminds me of COVID.
We were trendsetters there. Let me tell you, we started this thing 3 years ago. We were calling out QR codes early. And then over the next couple of years, you saw the momentum against them building.
Yeah. And I still see them occasionally. They definitely need to die officially. I do appreciate the QR code on the receipt where I can pay. That's a QR code I'm a fan of when I'm at like 1228 Main or something. They'll bring over the receipt and there's a QR code where you can just decide to pay right there. So I like that. That way I'm not stuck hanging around to try and find my waitress so I can give her my card and do that song and dance. Do you have anything you want to see die in 2026, Sam?
No, I'm feeling very positive right now. I think you guys have covered it.
Okay. Okay, things you want to see.
Well, I do. There's one thing that comes to my mind. I'd like to see some of my favorite chefs kind of slow their roll on expansion. And it's happening here and it's happening in Southern California where people who have great restaurants I'm worried are growing very quickly and are taking on more projects than they can handle. And I think quality suffers and you can end up losing it all. There's examples of that in history. So I want to see people just kind of slow it down and focus on quality and build a little more slowly.
Could not agree more. I can't say any better.
I agree.
It's they all want their money for nothing and their chicks for free. There's nothing better than having an empire where everybody's making you money, and all you have to do is show up and just tell them what they're doing wrong. See, Emeril Lagasse, Wolfgang Puck, all these guys, Gordon
but I would
Ramsay.
argue those worked. I mean,
They work in the 0.00001% of the cases.
Yeah. This is like where people are just, they're very popular. Someone came in, blew a lot of smoke up their ass and said, we want you to do this. We want you to do this. And you're like, okay. And as a result, your bread and butter suffers. Like the one that made you famous to begin with starts declining and deteriorating and pissing off your regulars. And so they're not going to invest in going to your next spot. And then like Sam's saying, you end up losing it all.
Yeah, everything suffers.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm with you though. I'm looking forward to noise control.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of sensing, maybe this is my old guy crankiness coming through, but I'm sensing that restaurants are a little more sensitive to it now than they were a couple years ago. That maybe the era of the cacophonous din drowning out all conversation is over. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just wishful thinking. Who knows?
Things I hope to see. It came up in our Viking Mike's episode. They said just trust the chef. I want restaurants to demand no modifications.
No shit, Sherlock.
I want chefs, if you're so proud of your art and your craft, to to command that presence in a room and say,
no soup for you.
no soup for you. This is the menu.
Yeah.
You take it how it's made, or you order something different.
Yeah.
What are people in Los Angeles going to do?
No shit.
That whole scooped bagel thing that LA started, where they buy bagels and they have people
What?
right.
LA this
people,
I do not know.
LA people created this scooped bagel phenomenon because they wanted their bagel, but they didn't want all the carbs of the bagel.
So they scoop out the
Yeah, it's a
So they
skinny
make it-
bagel.
Yeah, so it looks like they're eating a bagel.
But that's the best part.
Right.
The scoop part in
Right.
the middle,
Yeah.
that doughy part, that's the best.
Right. So LA people are
They're strange. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. And I have family and friends who are Liths. Well, I really don't like, and can I do, and I just go, yeah, it's one of my New Year's resolutions.
okay. What's your New Year's resolution?
Well, I tweeted out, only go to parties where the host has a better wine selection than you do.
I'm going to be going to a lot of parties then.
Just
if that's
call me
mine.
a selfless warrior. Okay, taking one. The struggle is real. Okay.
Oh my
So
god.
that's my number one New Year's resolution. Okay, what were we talking about just before that?
Not changing.
Modifications.
Not changing the menu. Yeah. Sorry. I had a thought about not changing the menu.
When you go out with family, I think you were
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah. I have so many people that still want to do it, and Americans just have got to learn that they don't. You're not entitled to have it your way. Let's just leave it that.
You can have it your way. You can cook at home.
Or go to Burger King.
Yeah.
That's who invented it.
Yeah.
Burger King's slogan is "Have it your way." So they invented it. Go there.
Okay, now I know what I was trying to remember another New Year's resolution, and I can't remember what it was.
Okay,
other than that one.
while you think about it, one of my New Year's resolutions is to cook more at home.
I just
know.
remember what it was.
I saw the picture of you sent me a picture of
Yeah.
your steak that you made, and it looked wow.
It's so much wow. It was incredible. I went to Featherblade. I do a beef roast every New Year's, and so I needed to go get chuck roast. I was in there, and there was a little filet singing and staring at me, and I was like, "There's my dinner for tonight." I took it home. I've honestly never tried cooking a filet at home, and so I went online, looked up a great recipe, studied it, figured it out. It was by far the best thing I had done. And so that's my New Year's resolution. I'm going to
Cook more at home.
cook more at home. And we did that wine dinner over at Greg, the Tollefsons, and they had 3 different soups.
They were great.
And they were great. And he said most of them they had never made before, if not all of them. And it was just really fun. And
soups are a good place to start because there's a lot of margin for error in soups.
Yeah.
You can too much of this or not enough of that, and you can always adjust everything. And now I remember what I was going to say because we were talking about having it your way. That is a serious resolution, and I say it every year. And sorry, family and friends, I'm not going to be going out to dinner too much with people who are picky eaters. Okay, I just it rankles me too much, and I don't come across it much. But I don't know how I vet people in a way that, but I don't know like how I vet your wife. Not that Sherry's this way at all. But this guy wants to go to dinner with me, and then I find myself sitting in a place, and it's like one of those people. Like, I'm sorry, but where's the chicken come from? Is it a local chicken or does it come from Montana? Where did get these vegetables? I mean, are they and you're like. You just want to reach, and you don't even know the person. So it's not like family or good friend. I'll say, "Hey, Sam, shut the F up." Like I could with my kids or something like that. You're just like, somehow I am trapped at a meal.
I would
with
love
this
to see
person
this. I would
with
fly on a wall. I want to watch this situation.
It happens to me at least a few times every year where I am just like,
How does the food gal handle that? Because she probably knows.
I'm getting kicked under the table. I can feel the foot, and sometimes she puts her heel right on my big toe, and just kind of I can feel the extra pressure. She's like, "No, I know you want to say something." So I'm just trying to avoid those situations because life is too short to dine out with picky eaters.
It is. Sam, do you have an?
Yeah, I do. I want to drink more Burgundy this year. I had this conversation with John. I'm going to stock my cellar that actually you guys did a number on the other night. I'm going to replenish. I'm going to do less cab driven, Merlot driven wine, and getting more into Pinots, specifically French Pinot. So
I'm all for it because that's my favorite wine in the world. But it's very it's a minefield. Burgundy's a minefield. And there's a lot more consistency in Cab and Merlot based wines than there are in Pinot Noir based wines. And as we saw, you didn't go to this thing. We had a $15 Pinot Noir with this blind tasting we did with Ash. That knows better and tasted better than the $65 bottle of I mean the most expensive $120 bottle. Everybody went, oh yeah. But between the two, one was $15 and everybody liked it better.
It was like $14.99.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
That's
It's wacky. So there's a lot of got to be careful, but you'll have to step on some landmines, but you'll be fine.
So,
okay, all right.
Pet peeves.
Pet peeves. Let's go to. Let's go to the list for pet peeves first, okay?
Oh, yes.
From Donnie T, I have an idea. Clear my table and take my dessert and coffee order. Bring the dessert right away. Then 10 minutes later, the coffee, and 10 minutes after that, the utensils needed for both. Yeah, that works.
That's true. The order is off on that.
I'm with you, Donnie, there. And then David S. went to Harlow's for New Year's Eve holiday menu, sat down. Obligatory choice of water. Asked for our cocktail order where our drinks were being made. The waiter came back and asked for our choices from the menu, which we gave. When our cocktails arrived, our first course arrived at the same time. Arg! I'm with you.
Yes.
I'm with you. The cocktails are pre-dinner. They're to stimulate the appetite. Yeah. My pet peeve, servers who don't ask how we would like our evening paced. How difficult is that? My wife had to actually tell them to slow down the cadence of the meal. Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm
very
proud
interesting.
that she did, yes.
Yeah, very, very well stated. Frankly, the price... With the price Harlow charges, we felt like we were trying to churn the tables to get additional seating. Burn. But I hear you, David S. Okay, let's go to our pet peeves real quick.
Oh, I know. Okay,
I'm shutting up for once.
Mine is I love a good floor GM and a good but there is too much time at a table. When you sit down, I think GMs, come over, check in, make sure everything's good, but then move on, look busy, go elsewhere. There are a lot of restaurants I've been to where the GM, it becomes awkward. I mean, my party and I want to have a conversation and enjoy the food. The food will arrive and the GM will still be sitting there, or the manager, whoever it is still standing there trying to talk. And I'm like,
well, that's because he wants to ask you out.
I get that too, and nobody's asking me out these days.
No, it's
okay.
And I can't even say it's because of the podcast. It's just I don't know.
Well, I'm actually not. I mean, you're a pleasant person, and you're kind to people, and
I'm too kind, clearly.
Right.
Yeah. And sometimes they read
be
the
pricklery.
Pricklery. It's both flattering. It's frustrating and flattering.
Yes.
Yeah, because you're flattered that they think enough of you. Maybe they know about the pod. Maybe they know us from other things. And they're they want to make sure you're having a good time. Sometimes they're legitimately inquisitive. They're asking you questions where it's about something, and you're very flattered. But it's sort of yeah.
My food will show up, and they're still wanting to talk, and I'm my food is getting cold. So there's that.
Okay, good pet peeve. What about yours?
I don't. Gosh, I don't know. I've been very sassified with everything.
He's just happy.
I'm just a happy man.
Yeah.
I don't. You've caught me peeveless.
Okay, well, mine comes again. Third time we're talking about you, Christine Gilbert. She had a great pet peeve the other day. Pointing proximity, and she started talking about this, and it just cracked us up. It was her and her husband, Greg. They said they don't like it when someone's talking about your food, and they're pointing to it, which is kind of, in some cultures that's rude anyway. But it's not just that they point; it's that the finger gets right down to the food.
Yeah. You're
like you're almost going to touch the sushi and say, "This is the hirami sushi," and you're like, not 1 millimeter longer, please, with your pointing at my food. And
Meaning servers.
yeah,
Yes.
servers. Yeah, they're like in there, they're like jabbing a finger, and I went, this has never occurred to me, but apparently it happens to them all the time.
It's funny.
Pointing proximity.
I will notice it now.
No, exactly,
Yes.
exactly. Well, with that, let's wrap it then. We've been going for a while now.
Yeah, let's put it.
Happy New Year to everybody, and we'll try to bleep out all the profanity.
All of it.
Good night, Canada. Bon appetit.